Hello guys, this is Duran's Movies, and today I got another World of Warcraft lore lesson. Now, the main topic of this video is going to be about the Pale Orcs, but I will expand a bit on the subject so that you get like a full understanding of the entire situation. So I'll talk a bit about the Shaman, the Naaru, the Void, the Shadowmoon clan, and all the things related to it. Also, just as a quick reminder, I'm sorry for not using the in-game footage, as a lot of the in-game cinematics would just be perfect for this video, but so far I've gotten at least like 6 or 7 copyright infringements for using the in-game content, which might add is completely legal, but YouTube is just completely messed up on that system. So in order to not risk my channel, I will just try to use the actual, like, not the in-game cinematics, but the in-game footage, just to keep it safe. So without further ado, let's just get into the lore. So the Orcish culture is big and quite an interesting culture, and the Shaman is the central part of it. Now, for thousands of years, the Orcs have been communicating with the spirits of the elements of the world, but everything changed when the Draenei came to the world of Draenor. Now, they have been escaping from the Burning Legion, from the world of Argirs for thousands of years now, and they finally found a world that they can settle in and hide from the Burning Legion. Now, of course, they didn't just show up casually, they didn't just stroll into the world. They crash landed just like they did on Azeroth, although not in the same magnitude because there was like a complete crash on Azeroth, but they made this huge dent in a grand with their ship called Genedar, or later on referred to by the Orcs as cho'gall. Now, even though for the Draenei it was just a ship, or at least it wasn't really anything super crazy for them, the Orcs saw it in a different light, and for years it was the most revered place for them, and if any Orc wished to communicate with the ancient spirits, a journey to the cho'gall was necessary. Now, within its halls, between the halls of cho'gall, there was the dying naaru Kure, which was there in the actual universe. You can see him in the Burning Crusade, but the actual alternate universe is quite similar, although with the addition of the Dark Star and some of the other stuff. Now, the Dark Star itself can be a video on its own, which is why I'm not going to try to give you too much information. I'll just try to simplify it for you guys, so you kind of get the understanding of what's going on. Now, when they were traveling with the mysterious Naaru, who were accompanying the Draenei for years now, and one of the Naarus was Kara. And I have an old video on the Naaru if you want to learn more about them and what they are and all about that, but in a sense, the Naaru are these majestic, mysterious creatures of pure light. But when they're dying, they do this complete like 180 and they turn into these sort of, you can call them the Void Gods, and they're completely like the opposite of the light. Now, the Void itself is also another video on its own, and it's a complicated matter that has a lot of speculation going on about it. And there is just so much stuff to learn about it, just like the Titans, the old gods and everything like that. It doesn't have too much information, but in a sense it is just quite a dark place, and even though it is energetic in nature, it is actually a reachable plane. And the Void is used by the Warlocks, or the Void or the Dark Shamans, who use it to enslave the elements, and also the Valkyr used it to resurrect souls from it. So, to make it simple, it is quite a wild and a dark place, and not something where you want to be. And here is what happened. When Genedar was crashing, a Naaru called Kara was ejected, and was in quite a bad state, and at the time he has entered the cycle of the Naaru's life where they turn into these sort of Void Gods, and the Shadowmoon clan started studying it. Now, the Shadowmoon clan has always been this shamanistic clan. They were always good with the stars, the spirits, and they were quite an astronomical clan, if you could say that. But this was nothing like they have seen before. And of course, if they just asked their Draenei neighbors what was going on, they would have gotten much more insight, but instead, they knew that they could handle it on their own. And once they discovered how evil the powers of the Void can be and how it defiles the ancestors, they completely forbade its powers. The clan members called it different names, the Dark Mother and all sorts of like different names, but the chieftain called it the Dark Star and made a super strict law in the clan against anyone ever touching upon the powers of the Void, which lasted for quite a long time until the Iron Horde came, and they told the Shadowmoon clan to join them, but instead, with the help of Garrosh, the advisor to Grom and Shellscream, they wanted something more than just the actual clan. So they told them they're either going to join them and offer them power, or they're gonna die. So Ner'zhul was forced to have something of power to offer to the Iron Horde. So even though no one really liked his decision, he broke the ancient laws and dabbled into the powers of the Void, making himself much more powerful. Now, at this point in the video, you're probably wondering what does this have to do with the Pale, but trust me, it does, and it is quite related to the Void and this entire Dark Star thing. Now, the Shaman themselves have certain rituals, and when the Orc is experienced and wise enough and is of certain age, he has to undertake a pilgrimage to the Throne of the Elements, in order to receive a blessing and like truly become a shaman of their own, and that is like the riskiest part in their lives as they encounter many different visions. However, certain shaman who are just not ready or not strong enough succumb to the whispers of the shadow and they become the pale orcs, or a shell of their former selves. They hate everything that is holy and the light, and they turn into these nasty wild creatures with pale skin and other deformities. Their mind is almost completely gone and they're considered mad, and also their ability to speak isn't as it used to be before. And now they're just living in all these dark places and caves waiting for someone to fall into their trap. Now, it is suggested that the Shadow Moon clan actually saw this pale orc thing coming, and that is the exact same reason why they forbade the Dark Star and their clan members using the powers of the Void. Now, it is also said that the naaru in their dark cycle are responsible for this, and even though they're known to draw upon the spirits of the dead, here on Draenor in the alternate version they can also draw upon the spirits of the living, for example for the orcs turning themselves into the pale orcs. Now, even though the pale don't really look like much, they kinda look like the wretched blood elves who weren't really all that powerful. The pale here are actually quite powerful, even though as I said they don't really look like it, and they can draw upon the powers of the fallen naaru Kure, who is inside Sho'gall, and they're able to enslave earth elementals like Tectus, for example, who is a boss in Hymal. Now, when the ogre cho'gall, who was a part of the Shadow Council, was sent to explore the power potential by Gul'dan, he actually betrayed Gul'dan once he discovered the power of the naaru, and he also discovered the pale orcs who caught his attention. Now later on you can see this entire army of the pale as explained in the previous video about the Gorean Empire and the Hymal, and you can see the pale orcs attacking Hymal from within when cho'gall is captured. Well, he actually allows for himself to get captured so that he can attack from within. Now the pale are still quite mysterious and their goals are not really known, at least at this point. It might be at the end of the expansion, like when we actually find out something, but at the moment there is this whole mystery cloud going around them and on the Dark Naaru and the Void and what's going on with the entire thing. So hopefully soon we'll be able to find out what is actually going on and learn more about the entire thing. Alright, and this is all I have for this lore lesson. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to leave your feedback and also leave your questions about the Pale Orcs, the Naaru, the Dark Star, whatever you have. I will try to respond to as many questions as I can, although if someone doesn't respond, there's always people in the comment section that answer the question, so I'll try to do my best. And also feel free to leave your suggestions on what lore video you would like to see next. And if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, as it really helps out the channel, it keeps all these videos going and pretty much keeps the quality of the channel and the videos improving. Now thanks a lot for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and see you next time.